The film that you're about to see is a pictorial story of Canadians away from home, some for their 5th Christmas. It was hoped that this picture would serve as a Christmas greeting from the Canadian forces overseas. But, as in other cases, the best laid plans can go astray during wartime. However, it is quite appropriate that this film should be shown at this time, for it should serve to remind the people at home in Canada that the most practical demonstration of faith that can be given to the fighting forces overseas is an overwhelming response to the forthcoming victory alone, so that the supplies and weapons of war upon which these forces depend will continue to flow in a powerful stream. The picture is intended to carry to you the thought that these sons and daughters of Canada, who came overseas to fight for all they hold most dear, cling strongly to the traditions of their homeland. You can show your faith in their faith by backing this victory alone to the very limit of your resources.
Christmas, 1943. It's a bit of a job to find the right words to say how much we're thinking of you all back home. For some of us, this is the 5th Christmas we've been away from Canada. Seems a long time since part of the first div stepped off the boat in December 1939, just in time to spend Christmas in merry England.
The second Christmas wasn't so merry. It was Christmas of 1940 that Hitler tried to light up London and made quite a job of it.
It seems a long time since the grim days of Christmas 1941. A new enemy was clutching at our throats in the Pacific, and the old one was trying hard to cut our lifeline in the Atlantic.
What a difference from Christmas 1942. The tide had turned at last. Perhaps that was because the cracks had arrived. This year, the Christmas bells will ring for the first time in 5 years. Perhaps that's because the WDs are here. Or because we've all got so much to be thankful for this 5th Christmas.
church bells are ringing this Christmas, even in Italy.
One of the nicest things about Christmas over here are the parcels from home.
Parcels from home. Parcels from home.
Parcels from home. Somewhere in Scotland, parcels from home.
Somewhere in England, parcels from home. Somewhere in Italy, parcels from home.
Parcels do a real job. If we don't write home as often as we should, or say thanks as nicely as we might, it isn't because we're lazy or not interested after being separated all these years. It's because it's kind of hard to put a lot of things into words. Well, you know how it is.
There's something about Christmas wherever you are, no matter how tough the going is, you want to celebrate it. And if you can, you want to celebrate it with your next door neighbor.
Even in a way, a bambino without a Christmas present wouldn't be right.
At mass dinners all over England, one of the toast is sure to be to absent friends.
A lot of the units throw Christmas parties for the local youngsters. Perhaps they're evacuees or children whose dads are still in Scholard 4B. That's when a fellow realizes that it is better to give than to receive.
Often the local people give us a party. Even the rationing and the shortage of liquor don't affect their wonderful spirit of friendship.
Well, now we're all here, boys. I'd like to propose a toast to all your families over in Canada. Sorry I really got cider, boys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
You'd think it would be pretty hard to stage a party on a Corvette in the North Atlantic. But that's where you'd be wrong. A lot of fun can be had in a small space. Of course, everybody can't join in the Christmas cheer. There's a war on, as the saying goes. There's a job to be done till the mess is cleaned up, even at Christmas time.
So that's the end of 1943. We bring out the old, and bring in the new.
Big Ben will be booming in another new year. Tonight I know we're all thinking of our families and friends and sweethearts back home. Not only tonight, of course, but especially tonight as the old year ends. I'm sure they're all thinking of us too, and wishing us luck as we go on into this 5th new year. It's quite a while since a lot of us left Canada, and we've seen a lot of new things. Met a lot of new people too, interesting people. There have been some bad moments, of course, and there are going to be more. But there are big things ahead, things we've trained for, waited for these past years, unpleasant things we'd rather not do. But we've got to be hard, this once, so that afterwards we can live in peace and quiet. So we can get on home and start to make names for ourselves, and a better world for us all to live in. And that's why there is on the lips of every single member of the armed services and the auxiliary services overseas the same wish for our dear ones in Canada. A happy new year to you. A new year bringing back the song of the angels. Peace on earth. Goodwill toward men.